This is Talking Chaos.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Talking Chaos. I'm Condor, of course, and joined with me, as always, is Warlock Fred.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Before we get started on today's topic, which we will focus mostly on disgustingness, we would like to thank our patrons. If you support this podcast and want to help us out, because this is completely user-driven, head on over to our Patreon at patreon.com/talkingchaos. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about that which we have witnessed to be the most disgusting behavior by other people in public.
Or potentially ourselves.
No, right, absolutely. Our behavior in public, in private, whatever. We're going to talk about some disgusting ass shit is all I'm saying. So with that in mind, anybody who's got a queasy stomach or doesn't necessarily like listening to poop humor, maybe fast forward to the next episode.
Skip ahead.
So I've definitely seen some weird, disgusting shit. I watched someone eat another person's vomit through payment. They were paid to do this.
Okay. So kind of Fear Factory. I got you.
I don't. They were definitely drunk. I want to say that too. That was somebody dared them. I think they said, "I bet you $1 you wouldn't eat that puke." And he was like, "I'll take that bet."
All right, bet.
Yeah. Who's $1 richer now, motherfucker?
I mean,
and nobody wants to kiss me.
That happens. I mean, it would take definitely more than $1 for me. Like it would definitely.
Would you eat some vomit for money?
It would have to definitely be like 5-6 figures before, like 5-6 figures before I'm even like, that might sound like a good idea.
100 G's before I eat the vomit. I swear to God.
Like
throw me $1 million, I'll eat whoever's vomit. I don't care. $1 million, I could use it. Speaking of that, head on over to our Patreon. One of the other most disgusting things I saw in public, I was at a Subway before a concert. I was getting some food. I was downtown metropolitan area at it was a standalone, not really a standalone Subway. That wasn't like it was connected to anything else, but it was in like the bottom floor of a massive building. Right?
Mm.
So I'm sitting there eating my sandwich at my table, and this guy comes in, places his order for his sandwich, goes to pay, pulls out his wallet, opens the wallet, throws up directly into the wallet.
Jesus.
Yeah,
So what did he do after that? Did he just close his wallet and walk off, or
I'll be honest with you, I can't even remember this very clearly. I just remember my thoughts being, did I just watch a man throw up into his wallet? And then I took another bite of my sandwich because I wasn't even, I was pretty baked, so I was pretty hungry. So nothing was going to keep me from eating my tuna fish. But
so you clearly could not comprehend this man had just vomited into his wallet.
Yeah, no, I know that they immediately started cleaning it up, but how rude of it would have been of me to run up there and say, yeah, but what are you going to do with the sandwich? This bitch is toasted. And disassemble melted cheese. What are you going to do with that? I'm sure they got to throw it away, but what's another disgusting thing?
So, this popped in my head just a second ago. But so one of the guys I worked with, we all went out to fucking a chain restaurant, and he ate pasta that evening. Apparently, he doesn't chew his food well. I can actually legitimately say this.
He's an inhaler.
Yeah, he's an inhaler, and he doesn't chew his food well. And we went out, we had decided to start drinking after we went out for pasta. And it ended up being like maybe, like 3-4 hours later that he like decided, oh, I'm gonna flop on, like we were drinking out in the garage because it was hot as fuck, and like that was the way to like we could smoke and like get the fuck out of the house type shit.
Yeah, I've done the same thing. Party in the garage so you don't smoke up the house.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's the way to,
It's the clandestine smoking land.
it's the way to bypass that bylaw in the rent agreement.
Right, absolutely.
But so he ends up, we come inside, we're like, all right, we're gonna start getting ready for bed, everything like that, and he decides like, all right, I've got the couch, and like just jumps on the couch, and like you can see in his face the instant he lands, he's like, oh no. And like this dude starts running, like immediately up, like starts running for the fucking bathroom, like gets puke on the fucking, like in the entryway on his way to the bathroom, like in the hallway.
Oh my god, this happened fast.
Oh yeah, like it was like a immediate reaction. He gets to the fucking bathroom, like there's puke on the baseboards. He ends up making it to like the sink, not the toilet, because he can't get the fucking lid up in time. But there's like to the sink where there's like legitimately whole noodles in this goddamn sink.
That's so fucked up.
And then ends up passing out in the fucking bathtub. To which another one of our friends, like in the morning, walks, like has to go to the bathroom, goes into that bathroom because it was our guest bathroom at the time, and it's like pissing into the toilet. Looks left, sees this dude pass the fuck out in the bathtub, and just goes,
right on. Bathtub nap time.
Middle of the morning. Yep. I mean, hey, when you're fucking shit faced, I'll even admit to this, like the bathtub is home tree.
Yeah, because you can just be disgusting in the bathtub.
Yeah, and like you can immediately get cleaned up. Like so,
I've never showered with clothes on, but I know people who have because of how disgusting they became in the course of an evening.
Yeah, like I mean, life pro tip: if you really are just gonna be fucking disgusting, you might as well just end up in the bathtub when you're gonna be fucking disgusting. Because let's be honest, you're just gonna end up pushing it all down that drain anyway.
Yep. I'm totally with you. Disgusting behavior. Walmart comes to mind. Obviously, this is not an endorsement, but we've all been to a shopping center and seen people wearing some things they should not have on in public.
Yeah.
There should be a weight limit to what you're able to try on in a dressing room. I will say that much.
Well, I mean, let's be fair. At least they're doing it in the dressing room and not like outside the dressing room.
Yeah, but when the 350-pound dude decides to put on his nice new pair of swim trunks and walk out of the... Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. There's going to be some things that end up on those bathing suits afterwards. And God praise he wears underwear, because that netting in there is going to be ruined. That's some funk happening, like Parliament Funkadelic style funk.
Well, I mean, not to, I guess I know that in the PC culture that we have now, like not to fat shame anyone.
I can tell.
Like the eye roll and air quotes at the exact same time. But like in the PC culture we live in, not to fat shame anybody, but there's definitely like lift up those areas that like don't get washed often, because I'm gonna be honest with you, we can fucking smell them.
I heard a horror story the other day online about somebody who had become very smelly.
Mm-hmm.
And it was they had enough fat on their body that they had tits. Mm-hmm. And they lifted one of these up, and there was a hole where a spider had laid eggs, and they were crawling out of the hole.
So
like, that's fucked up, man.
No, I've heard something similar, and it was cockroaches that were like streaming out of this hole in the body simply because like the cockroaches had started like eating the flesh.
Yeah, that's...
And like because of like, I have this pain.
We definitely hit the disgusting note on this episode. I will tell you that much. Yeah. Holy shit. I'm getting fucking chills right now. Like, that's no bueno.
And now back to the humor of this shit.
El mariachi cockroaches del huevos. Fucking, oh man, that's fucked up. Most disgusting thing that I've done, I definitely, this is a terrible story, but I remember it so vividly. I must have been like 11, 12.
Mhm.
We were in the car, and I was like, Dad, I gotta go potty. And he was like, can you hold it? And I was like, yeah. I confidently thought that I could. And it turns out we were way closer to red line levels than I'd anticipated. And I proceeded to shit my pants in a supermarket headed to the bathroom. And I remember standing there in the bathroom going, I still have to go, Dad, but you can smell that too, can't you? And he goes, yep, I can smell it. I took a shit, the rest of it anyway. And I took my pants off and my underpants. And he just like threw them bitches away. He was like, just make sure you wipe your ass good because you're just wearing fucking shorts out of here. We're like 5 minutes away from the house. I'm like, okay. Parenting at its best. Don't bring spare underwear. Teach your kid what commando is at like 10.
So
It's breezy in here, Dad.
So if I'm completely honest with myself, and I like this is admittance of something that I'm not incredibly proud of.
Oh, come on.
But, oh no, like
you're not proud of when you shit your pants? I am.
Oh no, this happened far more
you're
recently.
Only cool if you pee your pants. Shitting your pants is not cool.
Okay, Happy Gilmore. Let's lay it off on the pop culture references.
That one's too good, though. That was too good.
I'll admit it. So my shitting the pants incident that I can vividly remember is significantly more recent. Like this had to.
I was not 12.
I was not 12. I was more like 25.
So you had a child.
No.
You were on your way to having a child.
20 was it 25 or 24? 24.
It was the moment she told you were gonna have a child.
No.
I almost shit my pants. I tell you what.
No, it had to have been 24 then. All right, so I was 24 years old, and we had had Mexican food not too long, like a couple of days before this, or maybe it was even the day before this. I bet
it was the day before. Usually this shit happens within 24 hours.
Right. And
this shit happens.
So we ended up going to a chain restaurant, and I'm ready to we're waiting, we're literally waiting for the bill to happen. And I was like, okay, I got to fart. And so I trying to sneak this thing out without making it obvious type shit. And it was one of the, it was not just a fart.
You sharted.
Yeah, I did indeed shart. And
this is a story about sharting. Holy shit. I didn't even know we had this diamond in the rough of this disgusting episode. You've got an honest to God true story about sharting? Are you fucking kidding me? I think I'm going to fall asleep to this every night. If we could get an episode where there's a ghost poop, we've covered the internet market.
But so, anywho, fucking asshole.
I'm sorry.
I end up
be proud
sharting.
Of your shart. You should be way proud.
I end up sharting, and so I look at my wife and with this pure panic upon my face, and she's like, "What?" And I was like, "I'm fairly certain I just shit myself." And so she looks at me "So what do you want me to do?"
Wipe me, please.
You are clearly a 24-year-old man. What the fuck do you want me to do about this? Do you want me to spill some water on you or something?
I don't need you to do anything. I just need you to know we're in this together now.
Yeah, do you want me to spill some water on you so it makes it look less obvious?
Right. Or I would have straight up said something like, I know that I did this shark, but we're like they're gonna look at you the same way they're gonna look at me when we head out of here.
We are in this together now. I need you to understand.
We're two cellmates trying to leave the prison without anybody noticing.
But like, so I legitimately actually had like food poisoning, and like we ended up paying for the bill, and I like went out the fucking side entrance of this restaurant.
You took
like,
the emergency exit out.
Legitimately walked around the fucking building to avoid going out the main entrance.
That's beautiful. That's fantastic.
And raced my ass, like literally like raced as fast, like without like legitimately breaking 100 miles an hour, like made it back to my house as fast as fucking possible. And like it, like the best way I can describe the like lava that erupted from
oh my god, Jesus,
was essentially like, and I'm again, this is the disgusting episode. We're gonna get to fucking disgusting. Like,
yeah,
I legitimately like peed out of my asshole.
I know that's a thing that happens. They never tell you that when you have education as a kid, like health ed class or whatever. Nobody sits you down and says one day you're gonna pee out of your asshole.
One day you're gonna get food poisoning and pee out of your asshole.
Nope, it's gonna be like you turn the faucet on and nothing's gonna come out of the front. I'm not like that's a thing. You fucking laugh, man, and there's like
God,
that's such an adult thing nobody ever talks about. Like the sequel to Everybody Poops is one day you'll pee out of your asshole. Because that's a real thing. I started just now. I can't tell that. Asshole pissing.
Yeah, like I mean, it's not something you expect. I'm like, and I remember distinctly like sitting on the toilet, like pissing out of my asshole, screaming at my wife, "Why is this happening to me?"
Cause man, frijoles are good.
Vaginas?
No, frijoles.
Frijoles?
Frijoles is this Spanish word for beans.
Oh, okay.
Frijoles.
So like. Fajitas to me looks like fajitas.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's really where I'm going with this.
This is frijoles then, if that makes you feel better. Frijoles and fajitas. You white fucker, you.
All right, so if I may, we've actually had this discussion. I believe it was in our Scarections episode about how you've shit your pants multiple times. Like this is one instance of mine. I really desperately want to hear one of yours.
I think that one of mine was definitely a shart. I think that I've sharted at least twice, actually. But that's not even the most embarrassing thing to me, to be honest with you. Like, I know that it's a subjective. Embarrassing things are subjective to the people they occur to, but the most embarrassing thing that happens to me on a weirdly regular basis is that I'll be asleep and I'll be having a dream that I'm at a urinal.
And you're ready to piss.
You can see where this is going.
So I'll be honest with you, 3rd grade, I legitimately like started pissing my pants in my sleep because I was like in the bathroom ready to go and like had to end up waking up running to the bathroom to finish that piss.
Oh, dude, I've like less than 2 years ago. My dreams are so vivid that I'm convinced that I'm in my restroom in my house.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just standing there in front of my towel rack, and then I wake up and I'm fucking soaked. And I'm like, God damn it, again with this shit. What the fuck? I'm 28 years old, and like I'm screaming at myself, and I gotta fucking wash my underwear that smells like ammonia. Like this is just a fucking, and I can't like. I want to tell my parents. I want to tell somebody when this happens. But how do you start a conversation that ends with "I piss my pants"? Like, I mean, I'm an adult with a child, and I pissed my pants.
I mean, it usually starts with, "Hey, mom, hey, dad. So I'm a serial killer who still pisses my pants because, like, I mean, let's be fair. Like, the
Try to mask it over with something that's worse. My insurance rates are about to go through the fucking roof, and I pissed my pants last night. What'd you say about your insurance? Yep, that's
Well,
what it's not looking good. April's gonna be a bad month. I'll tell you that right now. But yeah, the regularly waking up and having to clean my entire fucking bed and the bedding and it's 3:00 in the morning. I can't go back to bed.
Jesus.
You have to do all of that shit. Like,
no,
am I gonna fucking take a nap in the pond I created because of my vivid dreams?
So
I gotta go get my wet back and clean all this shit up. It's fucking ridiculous.
Pro-life or life pro tip, or however the fuck they phrase it, pro-life tip, however you want to. Bed covers are amazing. But
what is that, like the plastic things?
Yeah, well, it's like a vinyl type covering you
like
put over
70?
your mattress. Yeah, fuck it.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, it prolongs the life of your mattress. I know that I sound like I'm 60 years old.
Oh my God. All right.
I know we did the birthday episode of fucking like
I've
I'm
always
30,
said that this
suddenly
is not
turned
my
on
father's
60.
podcast, but it is suddenly my father's podcast. Make sure you read the warranty on your mattress. Don't take that white part off until you get it home. And put a cover over it. It maintains it and the life and I'm gonna kill myself.
So something similar to this. My wife and I have experienced.
That might be the most disgusting thing I've heard in this episode. Is that you told me to prolong the life of my mattress
by putting a mattress cover on it.
Yeah, I'm like.
I'm sorry that I'm trying to help you out.
This is like depressing me.
So that.
Are you going to ask me what the oil's like in my lawnmower next?
I mean, I'd ask what the oil's like in your car, but it sounds like it's going to die anyway, so...
That's accurate.
I feel like I'm that older dad that just needs to, like... Even though you're older than me, like, I'm that mature dad that's like, now, son, have you checked the oil in your car lately?
I don't have a lawnmower. I just borrow my buddy's goat. A couple days he mows the lawn and I return the goat. A couple days later I borrow the goat again.
So in actual like aspect of this, so like kids are fucking disgusting as well.
Yeah,
like I'm not like not necessarily like the crotch gremlin type, whatnot, but like so our daughter
time bombs, bro.
Oh God,
time bombs.
So we had like my wife and I can attest, like my wife will attest to this as well, but like the worst time that we've ever had, like we were asleep. It was like 3:00 in the motherfucking morning, like 2:30, 3:00 in the motherfucking morning. And all of a sudden we both hear this like,
oh God, oh my God, the noises that you made had my imagination on fire immediately. And I'm just like, suddenly I'm thinking of that scene from Joe Dirt with the quote nuclear warhead, and I'm not happy. The visuals that I have are not good.
You know exactly the sound I'm referring to, though. Like,
dude.
As a parent, there's the.
She made a swimming pool too, didn't she?
Oh, like it was up to like literally from diaper, like her asshole to her fucking armpits.
Oh my God!
Like this child at 3.
We called that a pooplosion. I'm not even joking.
Literally, we ended up stripping this child down. Like she was maybe.
Tell you what, it gives a whole entire new meaning to the word backsplash. That's all I'm gonna say.
So this child had to be between 3 and 6 months old. And like we ended up giving this child a bath at 3:30
I thought you were going to say away.
Morning.
We gave the child away. Take this for 6 months until it learns how to stop doing this. Can you give it back? Because frankly, the house needs to go back to smelling like regular shit again.
Look, I know that sometimes she's an asshole, and sometimes we literally threaten, like, look, I got your birth certificate. We will return you to the motherfucking hospital. Which, dude, honestly...
it's not IKEA. Like, this one's toe's funky. Can I get a new one? This one didn't come with the right brain cells. I need an update.
But no, like we threaten that with her or threaten that to her every once in a while. And she gets it. She laughs now, but like at the time she was like, "Oh my god, is this serious? Like I better clean my act up." But
That's
no,
awesome.
at 3 to 6 months old, this child shit up to her motherfucking armpits, and we had to literally strip her down, wash and bleach the entire outfit, and like give her a bath at 3 o'clock in the motherfucking morning. By the way, I had to be to work at 7:30 the next fucking day.
Yeah, that's tragic.
So we ended up
so real.
We ended up getting back to sleep maybe 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, you know, I got back to sleep, like woke up at 6, like I fucking hate my life.
It's one of those moments where you like get to work the next day and your coworker's like, "Hey man, you look like shit," and you're like, "Do me a favor and I'll say the word shit."
No,
I prefer not to have that imagery right now. It's really bothering me.
Hey man, you don't look so good. Like I'd prefer if you just told me I look like shit.
No, I don't even want to hear that word.
No, like that was the type of shit that happened to me at work. Like being in the military, we're very blunt with each other, and they're like, "Hey, are you doing okay?" Like I'd prefer if you just told me I look like shit. That way I know.
Hey, are you doing okay? Obviously, I look like I'm on the rough edge of the week, all right? Like, talk to me on Wednesday, all right?
Look, I get that it's Tuesday and I look like I'm a motherfucking zombie, but like if you could not right now, like I haven't even had my fucking coffee. I need like 3 before I can even deal with any sort of work process. Like
children are unusually disgusting. I'm remembering a moment that I had not that long ago where I was at a buddy's house and he's a little wild, so he lets his kids be a little wild. And one of them is still in diapers and he's got some farm animals and he lives a little off the grid. And I'm over there, and one of the kids, like, I glance over, and the baby is reached into his own diaper. He pulls out a cookie, and he takes a bite. I was like, what? What the fuck did I just witness? If that were my kid, I would be like, no, what the fuck are you doing? But, like, I can't do anything.
Giant leap of assumption that cookie does not mean like poop, like because that was
this was like Oreo, bro. It was like Chips Ahoy. Like it was a pretty small cookie. It's not like you pulled out like grandma's cookies. You know what I mean? That's a pretty big cookie. I don't think he had the space in his diaper.
Pulling this out of there, like, hey, just need a little extra flavor. I want to take a bite of this now.
Well, and like another part of my mind went to like, how many more cookies are in there? Is it just been this one? How long has it been in there? How long has he had this diaper on? Did he immediately get changed and then go to the cookies and like just stash a bunch of them? Like, obviously, I'm gonna eat these before I take a shit.
Or was it like the pulling the cookie out before like I need to make some room?
I don't know. It was hilarious. And like, obviously he was a baby and he was completely unfazed. But at the same time, I was like, this is the most drunk ass shit a baby I've ever seen. This is like, babies already looked wasted. But when you fucking put like them pulling shit out of their diaper and then putting it in their mouth, which is pretty typical, that just adds to the drunken hilarity of a dumb baby.
So, what's funny is my wife has actually sent texts to her friends that she used to like go drinking with, like excessively drinking with, and she would text and be like, "Hey, so I gotta thank you because my from the age of like birth to like 3 years old, children are essentially like small drunk people."
Oh yeah.
And so she was like, she would send these texts to her friends and be like, "So I got to thank you for preparing me for for parenthood because you clearly have set me up for success because you
the opposite happened with me is now I can't fucking stand being around drunk people."
Except me.
I think kids have an excuse. I look at adults and I'm like, you're idiots. That's how I think of that. Like a drunk ass adult that's stumbling around pulling cookies out of their pockets, which I've seen. Like that's a thing. That's happened. Or like when you're at that place and somebody starts stealing Cholula bottles for no reason, drunk as fuck on tequila, and they're just like, I'm taking all the hot sauce. It's all mine.
Look, man. So I've actually, like, especially with my recent trip to Kentucky, like I distinctly remember
took all
like,
the condiments, didn't you?
No, I would like. So I was the snack dad, for lack of a better term. Like literally, for the idea of like I would like literally I had cargo pants on or cargo shorts on.
Yeah, I get it, but like snack daddy sounds like some really fucked up shit that involves a pimp or a prostitute.
Look, hey, we're not trying to go to this fucking like crazy ass like world you live in.
I'm just saying, if I were a pimp, I'd want my name to be snack daddy.
I'm just trying to take care of my motherfucking kid.
That'd be dope as fuck.
And so she like, Dad, like I remember distinctly, like, so the day that my like actual birthday happened on, like I just like I started drinking at 9:45 in the morning. I mean, I guess
that's too early. Like I don't really drink, and when I do, it's like for 2 hours.
I was there when the distillery opened. I mean, you got to go from point A, like point go, like go.
Dude, you at a distillery is like regular people on Black Friday in front of a Best Buy. Like you're camped out, you're like, fucking bitch opens in 3 hours. I'm so hyped.
I mean, okay, I showed up maybe 5 minutes prior, or maybe 3. I don't know. It was pretty close to opening. Like it wasn't the like I got the fucking tent and like I'm waiting with my bottle.
Brad's like, I'm confident the doors were locked because I tried them and they didn't open.
But like I remember distinctly, like I had snacks in my fucking pocket. Like snack daddy was the like joke that we had between my wife and I. And
you pimp ass motherfucker with your gummy worms and your cookies and shit.
Like no, the peanut butter crackers, like the peanut butter sandwich crackers.
Ritz.
I don't know if I mean I'm not trying to be brand names.
We could name a bunch of them. Nabisco.
I don't remember the particular brand.
I know what my favorite is. I won't say it, but I know what it is.
But I distinctly remember pulling them out, handing one to my kid, and eating one by myself. And then, like, it was a pack of 4 of them. So, like, handing one to my kid, eating one for myself, handing one to my kid, eating one for myself. It's just like, but Dad, where my snacks go?
Daddy got hungry, bitch.
No. And so she's like, but Dad, where my snacks go? I was like, look, I need you to understand dad tax.
Getting her on that early. That way every year you can be like, hey, I know we took you trick-or-treating, but it's going to cost you 7 Reese's now that we're home. Come on now.
7 Reese's and a Snickers bar. Where's my dad tax?
Right. You can take 2 Reese's away if you give me a Kit Kat, too. Full size. All right, well, I guess we left things a little sweeter. You know what I mean? Referencing the candy. Haha.
Heyo.
Look, little puns out there. This has been another episode of Talking Chaos. I am, as always, the Condor. Fred, let's tell them about Patreon one more time.
We'd like to thank our patrons one last time, and we'd also like to ask that anybody who wants to join our Patreon to join us at patreon.com/talkingchaos, where you can hopefully soon enjoy exclusive content, or at least early content. And these episodes are available because of our Patreon. We are able to actually do these because of our patrons, so we appreciate them 100%. We appreciate them so much. We and you can also find us at through Facebook, YouTube, Anchor, I believe iTunes, Google. We're everywhere right now, I believe.
12 different platforms, I think. Yeah, Stitcher. I don't know. There's a bunch. Just search us, Talking Chaos Podcast with Condor and Warlock Fred. It's been a great episode, guys. We're out.